welcome to Reddit on Reddit, the internet's auditory version of Reddit. I'm Nelson Allingham, joined by Michael Campbell.
Is it weird that we've never acknowledged the third person that sits in the room every week, Simon?
No.
No, okay.
Nobody needs to know about Simon.
Okay.
Shut up, Simon. Oh, he was about to speak. I saw his mouth open. Oh, boy.
Yeah.
We should have... I'd never taken the gaffer tape off of his mouth because we risk every day of him speaking.
Yeah.
I mean, we probably shouldn't have put the microphone in front of him.
Yeah, and like, turn the fader up and everything.
Yeah, but...
Please, if anyone's writing in, please never mention Simon.
Don't... As soon as he even thinks that somebody might mention him, he gets all giddy and weird about it.
And to be clear, we're not avoiding mentioning him because he claims he made the podcast and we just stole it from him and then we've written him out of it.
Yeah.
It's a whole thing with Simon.
It's a whole thing. It's all fake.
Drama queen.
Yeah.
Shut up, Simon.
Just, you should see his stupid face right now. It looks so pathetic.
Oh, I miss my kids.
Yeah. Anywho, let's get into it, Cambo. This first Reddit on Reddit is it's a poll, I think. I've forgotten what I clicked on.
This is a sharp
poll.
show.
Yeah.
The kind of thing Simon would never do.
Yeah, he's rolling his eyes like, Simon, come on, mate.
Shut up.
All right, you couldn't even handle this job. This by Ripped Ravenclaw. If everyone in the world suddenly vanished except you, which place do you decide to live in? For convenience, every location has suitable power, water, food, relatively close and easy to maintain, and is in the country of your current residence.
Okay, right. So we're landlocked here.
Yeah.
To this great southern land.
Uh,
Well, then you have to go picturesque then, right? Like, because I feel like a lot of places there appear, like Melbourne, great city.
Yeah.
But so much is happening.
Yeah.
No one is around. Like, you're not going to run the Melbourne International Comedy Festival yourself.
Yeah, that's true. But it would be cool if, in a few months' time or whatever, as most TV shows imply after some sort of apocalyptic event, that animals roam the streets.
Yeah.
And you'd be like, this is a pretty cool sight to be in the city where there's like an elephant walking around.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, the Melbourne Zoo's got loose.
Yeah, that's right. Maybe. I feel like that's the first thing I'd have to do, right?
Open the
If
zoos.
I woke up one day and I was like, oh, everybody's dead, it's just you, I'd be like, I've got to go save some animals. Like, this
What about
seems
the
like
tigers
super cruel.
Tigers and lions.
I would,
Because how do you go, guys, all right.
Yeah.
I'm
gonna
gonna
open this.
I'm gonna let you out here, and I need you to understand that this is an agreement.
Yeah.
You don't hunt me. I
Yeah.
know I'm meat. Very yum.
Yeah.
In fact, I wouldn't hunt any of these guys.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because
that's
like
a
if
good
you're
point.
releasing gazelles and then you release a lion,
Yeah.
that's on you.
You've basically, you may as well have just kept the gazelles locked up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. All right, I guess I'll leave them all to die.
Yeah, but then where do you draw the line? You know?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, you're right. It's actually too much to maintain, just, because, if we're saying like dogs and cats and stuff, all people's pets perhaps still exist as well. I don't want to have to deal with that either.
Yeah.
It's too many.
You're going to get a lot of missing dogs.
Yeah, right. I'll just give up on all of them, I guess.
Burn the zoo.
Yeah. I'll keep my cat. I like my cat.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Yeah.
Okay, but this is a poll, so there's actually specific places that they've limited it to. So, university campus, hospital, your current home, the mall, or a hotel. They've also put other here, but... Yeah.
University campus is interesting. I hadn't considered it.
Yeah.
University
is there
campus.
a benefit to that? I can't
Depends on the university. Some are like small little, essentially almost like malls. They've got food stations and supplies and such.
Right, yeah. Yeah.
The shopping mall seems the most fun.
Yeah, I think maybe the shopping mall.
A hospital is practical, but not for everything.
Really? I wouldn't know how to fix myself.
If it's a mall that has like a mall doctor, I'm happy with that because they'll have medicines. And stuff.
Okay, yeah. they'll have some.
Yeah. So yeah, I'd have to go shopping mall, I think. And I'm trying to think. Am I just being influenced by Dawn of the Dead? Because that is where they famously go in that.
Where they end up. Yeah.
And that seems like a good time. They're having a good time.
How about the Winchester campaign?
Oh, there's a rifle above the bar.
Yeah. That. A pub also not out of the question. Or well, perhaps that's close to a hotel.
But
then.
we're also thinking like barricading yourself, but there's no one around.
Yeah, to me, it's not a zombie apocalypse situation. I know just everybody's vanished.
Yeah, this isn't one of the choices, but I'd probably try and find just a beautiful house.
Yeah, okay.
You know, one that has a pool and a tennis court and whatever, so I could,
Yeah.
You'd get maybe I need a lovely house that's near a shopping mall.
Yeah, that's the tricky part because you're like, I could have some awesome house that's like maybe on the coast or whatever, but then you're away from some of the amenities that you might not want to.
If you wanted new jumpers or whatever because it's getting cold.
Yeah.
You got to walk to the shopping mall. I mean, I guess you could drive.
Yeah, I guess you could.
I guess cars didn't disappear. I forgot about cars.
Yeah, that's true.
Nelson, I forgot about cars.
Yeah, you couldn't just drive it.
I mean, petrol will eventually evaporate, I guess.
Yeah, but like theoretically, you've got ages.
Yeah.
Although actually, I think that in what movie is it?
The Last of Us.
TV show. Oh, it's The Last of Us.
They need more to go shorter distances.
Yes, that's exactly what it is.
Yep.
Yes. Thank you for getting the reference before I even said it.
You're welcome.
Which, just by the way, if people didn't get it, it's that fuel breaks down more over the period of time.
Yes.
And that's interesting. In that case, you could basically go anywhere. And it even said, for convenience, there's power, water, food, wherever you want. Yeah, I'd just go to some like cool villa or something.
Yeah. It's within a decent drivable distance to a shopping mall.
Yeah. Where you've got all the stuff that you want there. I guess that's it.
Yep.
Well, should we look at what people have voted?
I mean, I guess.
Of these ones, what are we saying? Are we going with other? I feel like other is such a cop-out.
Yeah.
Okay, you have to choose one of these. University campus, hospital, your current home, mall, hotel.
I think it's either current home or mall is going to be number one.
Right, yeah.
Because again, if you live in your current home, you can just drive to the mall.
I was thinking mall or hotel.
Okay.
Because hotel has some nice penthouses.
That's true, yeah. All right, well, we've both thought mall, so let's put that as a thing and see where it ranks.
Yeah, okay. This is a bit surprising. Perhaps, what do you think it is? Let's ignore other because that's a boring one, but what do you think perhaps the order might be then?
I think own home might be up there. Mall, own home, hotel, hospital, university campus. I'm not even confident in that.
It is your current home first.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Then mall.
Yeah.
Then hotel. Then university campus. And hospital is last. I'm surprised that current home is up there, right?
Well, why would you... you don't need to.
This is the reason why. Is because I would argue most people, if you live in a world where nobody has vanished, but you ask the question, if you could live anywhere, where would it be? Not many people would choose their own home.
Yeah, so what you're saying is not that many people live in their dream house.
In their dream house. Yeah. So why would it be your own home if you could choose anywhere? Because right now you're probably not living in the best place.
I'll ask you this question, Nelson. Yeah. You ever moved house?
Oh, yeah, that's annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah. But is there enough stuff in your house that you're like, I could just get this at the mall where I'm going to live?
Yeah. Moving to a mall, I wouldn't move at all. I wouldn't move any of my stuff. I just get it again.
Yeah, that's right. You don't need anything. Okay, anywho, we should move on to Ask Reddit. Ask Reddit. This Ask Reddit is by Gottfried. To you Redditors aged 50 plus, What's something you genuinely believe young people haven't realized yet, but could enrich their lives or positively impact their outlook on life?
Ooh, this is good for us. We are 50 minus.
We are 50 minus, so we're about to get our ear holes full of great advice. This one is by Inevitable Mine 6466. Actually, before I read them, what percentage of these do you reckon people are actually under 50? And they were like, but I'm gonna give this advice out.
But 40%.
No, I think higher. I think like 80% are under 50.
You're probably right.
But anyway, let's assume that all these people are 50 plus, and this is the best advice
This
we could get.
podcast requires a little bit of trust, and we're instilling this trust into people.
We are. Okay, Inevitable Mind 6466. Marriage/relationships should be fun and happy. Life is hard. Things get tough. Find someone that makes the tough times easier, not harder. Yeah?
Yeah.
Pretty good advice, I
Yes.
suppose.
I like to think I agree with that now, being 50 minus.
Right, yeah.
And we you, me, our partners, whenever we talk about the idea of marriage, I think we all agree that it's like being actual best friends is as important as anything else.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I like to think I already agree with
The only thing that I'm not sure about here is, and I feel like the thing that it's reason why maybe it's not mentioned or it's hard to quantify, it's a fine line, is I don't think relationships are necessarily always easy.
No.
Either, right? So this is kind of saying, I don't know, I feel like it could loosely imply that
if it's hard to get out of there.
Yeah, which is not, I think, necessarily true, but also you shouldn't, if it's constantly
if you're
hard,
really having to keep that relationship together,
then maybe not. But definitely
I think
sometimes
a relationship should be organic. I'll put it that way. It should organically come together.
Yeah.
You might need a little bit of work to keep it together. Sure.
Yeah.
But if you have to force it,
yeah,
it's not being organically put together.
Yeah.
And there are people that genuinely just seem to marry someone because they think, got to get married.
Oh my God, I hate that mentality
and then
so
they
much.
also have kids because they think, you want to have kids.
Gotta have kids. Gotta get married, gotta have kids. Yeah. Anyway. Here's another this by Hail to the King, baby.
That's an Evil Dead reference, so this person might be over 50.
Oh, okay. That's good. Not everything that you disagree with deserves an argument. Pick your battles and let trivial things slide.
Yeah.
Yes. I would say not many things even deserve an argument at all.
I've increasingly, I think, in public settings, if someone's saying something that I maybe strongly disagree with, I just leave.
Yeah.
Because if it was a one-on-one conversation, maybe. But there's a point where you're like, I'm not going to change your mind. You're not going to change my mind.
Yeah.
It's only going to lead to uncomfortableness.
Yeah.
Unless it's like someone's being outwardly racist to someone else or something. Obviously, then you should step in and say,
a bit different like that, yeah. Do you know what's funny, right, for this is, and it's weird, it speaks to probably my personality, which is something that I think I get off, I want to say my dad, but actually my uncle more than anything. He's a just really argumentative guy. Like you just
no,
get
he isn't.
Any guy, you just get into any conversation with him, and you don't even think like an argument can exist, and he'll get there. But he never does it. He never really does it maliciously. Like he'll argue two sides of a story, in the one conversation, is because he kind of enjoys it. And I actually think I'm the same sometimes. Yeah. Sometimes I'll argue stuff because I enjoy looking at things from a different perspective.
You've definitely done that on the show before, which is taking a side that you don't agree with for the sake of argument.
Which I think is not always clear to the listeners as well. I think sometimes after the show, I've maybe said to you or whatever, somebody, my partner afterwards, be like, I I shouldn't have said all that stuff because I don't believe any of it. But I just wanted to, start that conversation.
I feel like what you're doing, and this is how I read it, is you're pressure testing someone. To like, here are the arguments against what you're saying.
Yeah.
I am interested to know what you think about that.
Yeah, that's right. And it sometimes I think it does give you a better perspective about things sometimes to argue with anything regardless. But yeah, definitely if those arguments like really get to you and really, ruin your life, then okay, don't get into that. Don't get into those arguments. This one's by Revan Ho. Unless you don't mind hearing like all the time, day and night, use hearing protection in loud situations. Tinnitus is a bitch.
Yeah, that's actually a very interesting point.
Yeah.
I think, do you think I don't think we put ourselves at risk too much.
Yeah, I don't really think so.
But there are definitely people, musicians. This is really big for.
Yeah.
Especially like Dave Grohl, for example, doesn't wear in-ear monitors or like ear protection. And he said before, my hearing is going.
Yeah.
Because I've spent my life playing the loudest music you could imagine.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I think it's... Yeah, I don't feel like I'm at super risk of this. Actually, in saying that, I feel like our generation and younger, or even just as time progresses, like we wear headphones far more or earbuds far more than our... parents did, for example, and I feel like that actually puts us at risk more often. Even just the turn on our podcast sometimes is too loud. Or actually, no, do you know what it is? I think sometimes our podcast is too soft.
Yeah.
And so I turn up the volume and then something else, I'll then listen to another podcast that's has an appropriate volume and it'll be too loud. And
You want to hear some stupid masculinity?
Yep.
It's to do with my dad. Been in construction my whole life at least, but years and years and years. Never ever wears earmuffs.
Yeah, right.
Just like it's not that. Why?
Yeah.
Like, why?
He doesn't want to look uncool.
Yeah, like that must be it, right? Like he'll be sawing something. It's this loud like noise.
Yeah, it's funny. It's a funny thing.
And he's just like, it's no point.
Yeah. If you heard of tinnitus, it's really cool. All right, okay, but let's move on to Today I Advice. So now it's time for Today I Learned. Today I Learned. And also sometimes advice. This advice is from Thrower 243293224-029. My girlfriend and I have been together for 4 years, ever since she was in med school. We met through some friends and got along great. She's kind, beautiful, and smart. However, there has been this guy who I'll call Brad. Good name for a villain of a relationship. Brad and her met during her last year in medical school, and they became really good friends. They had a certain chemistry and always got along well. In the beginning, it wasn't an issue, but towards the end, they were really close. He got me unnerved, but I figured they would be placed in different hospitals for residency, and my problems would solve itself. Sorry, just funny that was like, he was like, I don't have to worry about this. But just as luck would have it, they got into the same hospital for the same program. So they were going to be working together. The hospital is a little far from where we stayed, about 45 minutes. So now I don't get to see her often. I really tried to find time to go and visit her, but between her insane hours, she would only get off at 10 p.m., and my own job, I couldn't do it. At the same time, those two were getting closer. At this point, I'm pretty sure Brad had a thing for her because once when I came by, his face turned pretty sour. Okay. That's a really weird, to be like, no, I'm sure about it because this one time his face was
and
sour.
also that face is he's reading off it.
Yeah.
To be like, oh, he hates that I'm here.
Yeah, he so hates it.
It's not that he's busy and had a long shift at the
Yeah.
hospital. He hates that I'm here.
Or is that lemon that he's eating? Honestly, at this point, I had begun to seriously worry about the relationship. I don't know what I expected, but I didn't want to come off as some petty, insecure dude. I did mention she and Brad had become pretty close, and she said she was very grateful to have him as a friend, and was hoping she would notice something was off about me, but neither happened. What really was the nail in the coffin was, because we're at that point already, was when her aunt, she was really close with, passed while I was on a business trip. When I offered to come, she told me she would be fine, and Brad was helping her. I'm a data engineer, and right after this call, I decided I was done. It was heartbreaking to play second fiddle. Now, I applied for jobs elsewhere, and after 2 months, I was offered a better job in California. When I told my girlfriend, she surprisingly got upset, but wanted me to pursue my career. It's been nearly 6 months since, and I've just been focusing on myself. I found an amazing barber and gym. I used the end of my relationship to fuel this rebuild, and I'm pleased with the results. Surprisingly, after I moved to Cali, she and I have been talking a lot more, but I couldn't get over her and Brad, something I know is bad and have been in therapy to improve myself. About a month ago, I posted a picture with one of my female coworkers. Nothing inappropriate. Posted a couple of pics with different people, and she became even more concerned. I'm not sure if she really was, but I realized it was wrong of me to keep her in the relationship.
Oh, I thought they broke up.
Yeah, Cambo.
Okay.
I was waiting for you to realize this as well.
Okay. Yeah.
He's just left to another company. He has internally broken
Broken
up with her,
yeah.
but at no point
Okay.
has actually said to her.
I've got some advice already. but
Yeah,
continue.
okay. I thought I'd just not pick up her calls, and she became even more concerned.
Yeah, funny.
Weird.
Funny.
I'm not sure.
Aren't girls needy?
I'm not sure if she really was, but I realized it was wrong of me to keep her in the relationship. I thought not to. Did I reread something? Anyway,
I think so.
I thought I'd just not pick up her calls and slowly go no contact with her. Well, a couple of hours ago, she called me crying 10 times at midnight, which got me worried, and said I haven't been responding to her and was asking me what she did wrong, which honestly made me feel terrible.
Yeah, because honestly, at the moment, she's done nothing
She's
wrong.
done nothing wrong. In the spur of the moment, I said nothing happened, but I was busy with work.
Yeah, good lie.
Yeah. She didn't quite believe me because it was a lie and wants to come to California next week. I'm really not sure what to tell her now. I mean, after how she treated me at second place, why the sudden change of heart? From what I know, she and Brad are still good friends. I don't want her to come, and I think I need to end this relationship for my own sake. Do I just send her a text and block her? What do I do?
I don't know who Brad is, but I like Brad.
I like Brad.
Yeah, I
He's
think
got
she
a
deserves Brad.
Good head on his
Yeah,
shoulders.
yeah.
I think that's the guy. This dude has some serious issues.
Victim issues.
Yeah. He does not understand. It's such a bizarre place. Admittedly, right, I feel in my youth, I have... Oh, this guy's 28, I think. I didn't read the heading, but I think it had their ages. I'm pretty sure they were both 28, by the way. I feel like when I was younger, I've become jealous, and you sometimes get these... like thoughts that don't exist, irrational thoughts that actually aren't there. But I had never acted on them so much as this guy to break up with. He's ghosted her. That's what he's done. He's ghosted a girlfriend that he's been in a relationship
Based
with 4
on a
years.
vibe he has.
Yeah.
He's ghosted her. Never mentioned it to her.
Yeah.
And he brought it up passive aggressively once. Said, you've become close with Brad. And she didn't pick up on that. So
And she didn't pick up on
I'm
that.
going to move to California.
Yeah.
So here's what I thought it was going. Here's where I thought it was going. He was going to say, well, I had enough. She's clearly in love with this guy.
Yeah.
So I moved to California and we broke up, but it's been 6 months and they're not together. Have I made the wrong call?
Right, yeah.
That's an interesting moral thing to be like, I was so certain and now can I go back on myself?
Yeah.
No.
No.
Far simpler. First of all, what should you do? Break up with her, but do it fucking in person.
Yeah.
Like a human being.
Yeah.
Do not text and block her.
Yeah. What a moron. There's actually updates to this, and I did cut them out because this is obviously quite a long post already. But he ended up saying, she was just, bawling her eyes out. She ended up buying flights to go to California and meet him like that night. Like, because she was so desperate to see him. Or the day after this call or whatever.
Was Brad with her?
And obviously, Cambo, she's in love with Brad. She won't leave his side. And he's just like, what? Like, why? I'm telling you not to. Like, because he's
broken up with her.
Emotionally, totally cut her off.
Yeah.
And she has had no idea that he's gone through this transition, because I imagine it would have been hard for him as well, like presumably at the start to be like, oh my God, I just have to break up with this person without obviously telling them. It is so strange. And the funniest thing is actually all the comments of people being like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Being like, I mean, definitely break up with her now, obviously. But also you're a fucking weirdo for making all these assumptions in the first place. Yeah. And like this poor girl that can't have a friendship with a guy because her boyfriend might see it as some sort of threat. Yeah. Like, I really hope she gets in a far better relationship and gets with Brad.
I hope she does love Brad, and they
doesn't
live
even have to be Brad. No. Do you know what I would love, actually? She gets with somebody that's not Brad, but has a fantastic relationship with that person and has a fantastic relationship with Brad as a friend.
Brad is in their bridal party at their wedding because he's a very supportive friend. Yeah. He has his own partner. Yeah. A wonderful relationship. This guy does fine at his job in California.
Yeah.
I don't want him to die. He's just a bit of a moron.
Yeah. Maybe somebody runs over his foot or something.
Like break a toe or something.
It's acceptable. But yeah, what a moron. Yeah. Here's the thing. Jealousy is it's a thing that'll get you.
It's so dumb.
If you ever get jealous, you have to consciously remind yourself that you are jealous, and you should maybe just post something on Reddit before you make any actions and just see what all the comments say. That's the test, I think. Okay, let's get into shower thoughts.
Shower thoughts, shower thoughts, shower thoughts, shower thoughts.
This shower thought is by Builder Carl. Zombie fiction has yet to realize that coveralls plus leather gloves equals zombie proof. Zombie teeth ain't getting through all that.
I feel this has been addressed in zombie fiction.
Oh, okay.
Because it's something I remember seeing going, yeah, that's a good idea. Why don't I see it more?
Yeah.
In the movie 28 Days Later, there's a part where they run up an apartment block and there's a guy that has an apartment up there that he's like, like fortified. Yeah. But he's wearing like riot gear. So he's got the shield and the big pads on his arms and stuff like that. I was like, fantastic idea. That's really clever. But then he never wears it again in the movie.
Yeah, right. Idiot.
Yeah.
I think this would actually be a great comedy TV show. Is where a zombie apocalypse has happened, but then people have realized you just need to wear like heavy armor or something. Yeah. And so zombies are outside and they're just kind of milling around, but they've even worked out they can't get at them. So it's this like weird relationship where it's just like a normal sort of drama TV series.
But there's zombies.
Comedy drama. And there's just zombies around.
Yeah. Every now and then they'll work. Hey, get away from me.
Yeah. Somebody's glove will fall off. Yeah. And then the zombies run at them, but then they quickly put it on in time, and there's no real issue. I think that's the TV show I want to see.
What you need, look, if you're really concerned, use those chef gloves. You know, the ones that you can't cut through.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And then you can buy like Kevlar pants, like that a chainsaw, for example, doesn't get through.
Yeah, that's
Pop pair of them on, they look perfectly reasonable.
I'm even thinking like bring back knight in shining armor type armor,
right?
You know, something from head to toe. It's a fashion statement as well. Yeah, it'd be cool.
Yeah, it is pretty cool.
Here's another one. This is by Dr. Dubs. You never see commercials for new cereals. There are no new cereals. For some reason, cereal invention ceased in the 90s.
Look, if Dr. Dubs is, like I assume most people on Reddit are, an American, if you think there's been no new cereals in your country, our country is far, far worse. We have like 4 cereals.
Yeah, we have so few cereals. I was thinking about the last time we had a cereal invented and advertised. And I think it was the crunchy nut cornflake thing. Yeah. And
I think you're right. Yeah.
Yeah, and I can't remember one since, and that was like I feel like that was in the 90s actually, which holds up to this shower thought. But really, I reckon you're right. Like maybe 6 different types
and variations of them.
Yeah. There'll be one with like oats and different fruits, kind of dried fruits and stuff. Yeah,
but as an Australian, going to an American cereal aisle in a supermarket is a trip.
Yeah.
You guys do it both so right and so wrong.
Yeah.
There was one cereal, I don't know if I've mentioned on the show before, it was just mini donuts.
Yes. Yeah, you have.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
That is totally nuts to me. Oh my God, I should have brought up. There was actually a poll in the subreddit polls.
Yeah.
And it was a question asking, are donuts a breakfast food?
Yeah.
And the responses could be, yes, I'm American. No, I'm American. Yes, I'm not American. No, I'm not American. What do you think the results were there on that one? Because I do vaguely remember them.
Yes, I'm American. Did that win?
It didn't win.
Okay.
But it was second to no, I'm not American.
Yeah.
Because donuts are not breakfast food.
Yeah. In Australia, the sugariest we have Fruit Loops, which is, I know, an American thing.
Yeah.
But even then, everyone's like, but they're a joke.
Yeah, like
they're not a breakfast cereal.
Actually.
Yeah.
That's like a really, like, maybe you're away camping and it's a treat for the kids.
It's
like the cereal.
And even then, you're like, kids, you need to understand this isn't breakfast.
Yeah.
This is a joke.
Yeah.
I strongly think if I had a thing of Fruit Loops now, I'd take a bite and then go, fuck you.
Yeah, I know.
And I just have to throw it out.
I would genuinely be way more okay with it if they started advertising Fruit Loops as a dessert. I would be like, I can get on board with this. I might be more likely to buy Fruit Loops if they're like, hey, after dinner, have a bowl of Fruit Loops. I'd be like,
yum.
This sounds like a great idea.
Yeah. The other sugary one we have that is more sugar than people think is Nutri-Grain.
Oh my God. I thought in my, because I didn't have it for years and years. I had it when I was younger. I didn't have it years. And I thought it was like a bit more savory to some degree, right? And then I had it and I was like, this is just sugar.
The whole marketing around Nutri-Grain is Iron Man.
Yeah.
Not the superhero, but like the competition, Iron Man.
Yeah.
Like, it's the ads are all people doing triathlons and all kinds of stuff.
Like,
so it gets sold very much as like, this is the workout food.
Yeah.
And I'm just saying, I haven't had it for a long time, and I had it recently. Yeah. And my first thought was, this is so delicious.
Yeah.
This cannot possibly be a breakfast cereal.
There's no way this is,
oh my God, this is amazing. This tastes so good.
Yeah, that's right.
It's literally glistening with sugar.
It is. It is glistening is the right word to use. Yeah.
Anyway, this person is right.
Anyway, yes, correct. And the thing is, I think it's like nobody knows what cereal needs to be because we've all been like, okay, too sugary. It's ridiculous. It's actually ridiculous to have a breakfast.
So I've just thought of something just quickly, and I believe this is an Australian thing because it's produced by Sanitarium, which is an Australian company, or possibly English. But in Australia, breakfast cereals got to the nth degree,
right,
with the invention of something called an Up and Go.
Oh,
which is a liquid breakfast.
Yeah.
Where you don't need to have breakfast. And I think people are like, we've gone too far.
Yeah.
We'll stop.
We'll
stop now.
We're going to stop here. Yeah. That's right. Yeah. Anywho, let's move on, Cambo, and get into podnapping.
Oh my God, I'm being podnapped.
Podnapping.
This is Podnapping, where we nap a pod. We take a topic of conversation or a segment from another thing, and we do it ourselves.
It's my week this week. And I podnapped this. I found this show recently, Nelson. Mm-hmm. I think it's fantastic.
Oh, okay. Tell me more.
It's great reviews I'm seeing here.
Oh, really?
It's called Cancelled Movie Report.
Never heard of it.
No.
Sounds rubbish.
Because
I'm going to give it 1 star just based on my feelings currently.
Yeah. Terrible name.
Is it 2 L's or 1? Oh, it depends where you are in the world.
Yeah, I know. I found that out after we published.
Yeah.
I say we. I don't know. I don't know who creates this show.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know.
No. So it occurred to me that we have a new season of Cancelled Movie Report out.
Yes.
And I worked very hard on it, and I'm very proud of
Yes.
it. But I keep forgetting to mention it.
Yeah, you got to plug it everywhere, Kenbo.
A couple of weeks ago, I think I hurriedly said over the outro music, "Oh, there's a new season of Council Movie Report out."
Yeah.
Anyway, there's a new season of Council Movie Report out.
Oh.
But there's actually one that we're doing that I am interested in your perspective on.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Because you're a video game guy.
Yeah, that's me.
And were you aware of the failed attempt to adapt Uncharted before the Uncharted movie that we got?
No, I didn't. Not until I knew you were doing it for Cancel
Yeah,
Movies.
yeah.
But no, I hadn't heard about it before that.
So
yeah.
I'm interested to know your feelings about it as a video, because you've played all the Uncharted games, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I think you've got a pretty
Yeah.
good sense of it. So this was in 2010. This was happening.
Yeah.
And instead of Tom Holland as Nathan Drake, it
Yeah.
was going to be Mark Wahlberg, who would later go on to be cast in the movie anyway, but it's a different role. 'cause
Yeah.
he got too old.
In a role that doesn't make sense, I feel like, for Mark Wahlberg, which we spoke about when we saw the movie.
Yes. Do you think the main character, Nathan Drake, makes sense for Mark Wahlberg?
I actually can sort of see it.
Yeah, okay.
I
Yeah.
actually can. I'm not really a big fan of Mark Wahlberg
Yeah.
in general.
Ever since you and him got into that fight.
Yeah. I like to bring it up,
Yeah.
Cambe. But he was wrong and you know it. But yeah, I think I think he could have pulled off the look of him.
Mm-hmm.
And, he's meant to be kind of suave and whatnot, which I feel like he'd sort of be able to pull off, but not maybe the perfect role. I think Tom Holland was a great choice when they did recast it, although I don't think it was the right... I don't think it was written
Right.
correctly.
Yeah.
But I actually think you could have put Tom Holland in a perfect Nathan Drake sort of... A bit younger than...
Yeah, he's
what
meant
the
to be,
TV,
what, maybe 30?
the game, the game is meant to be, yeah. And it's only because Tom Holland, I think, looks so young. He's probably about 30 or something. I imagine. I don't know.
I think he's in his maybe mid to late 20s. He's a
Okay,
little bit
right.
younger.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that was the choice for Nathan Drake. As Sully, the character that Mark Wahlberg did end up playing. Sully, how would you explain Sully? He's kind of like a older chap,
Yeah.
bowling shirts, cigars,
Yes.
quips.
Yep. Quips. Yep. Meant to be maybe a bit wise.
Yeah,
Kind of.
but also like a bit of a cheeky uncle vibe.
Yes. Cheeky Uncle is actually, I think, on point for his character. Yeah.
So for that role, because this was being directed by a director called David O. Russell, who is kind of like an auteur director.
Yeah.
But he works with Robert De Niro a lot.
Oh, yes.
And he wanted to cast Robert De Niro as Sully.
Ooh. I didn't know. I didn't get cheeky uncle vibes from Robert De
you get
Niro.
scary uncle vibes.
Yeah.
No, you say something to your mother. Oh, come here. It's like,
Yeah, that's right. Robert De Niro. I don't think he's a quippy person, which is I think like key for Sully. I don't think that would be the right decision at all.
And then this is more of a throwaway thing, but someone asked him, would you get like Amy Adams, who's been in a few of your movies, as Elena, the main female?
Oh, yeah.
And he said, I would think probably maybe Scarlett Johansson as Elena.
Okay. Yeah, I could see that. I actually think Amy Adams would work better.
Yeah.
As than Scarlett
Yeah,
Johansson.
this is
But I
something
do
that
love Scarlett
we
Johansson.
talked about a little bit on the Cancer Movie Report episode. Is Scarlett Johansson's very sultry and sexy.
Yeah.
And Elena's a bit more like level-headed and even like stubbornish. And
Yeah.
So maybe she's too
Yeah.
like something. It's hard to put your finger on it, but yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
what I thought is on the show we take all of these elements and then we take the screenplay. The screenplay leaked online a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
So we got our hands on that and we just cast actors to redo the script to give you a sense of what it might sound like. So I actually have a scene here that I'll play.
Yeah, cool.
Because I want your perspective.
This is what I love about Cancel Movie Report. This is the funnest bit.
Then why are you leaving 1-star reviews?
Because I'm not on it. I know I wouldn't be a good guest. You'd be like, this actor and this director. I'm like, I have no idea who they are.
Who even is Brad Pitt?
Yeah.
This is a scene a little further into the movie where Nate and Sully have been captured by someone called Francesca. they also call it Frank. And because Nathan Drake is always, he's a bit of a con man in a way.
Yeah.
So he's been caught by someone who's been looking for him because they owe him money, and he's in a spot of bother with Sully.
Yes.
And they've been captured, and they've been tied up in her back room, which is a part of a museum.
Yeah.
And she's looking for information. So
Yep.
this is Mark Wahlberg as Nathan Drake, De Niro as Sully, coming to terms with being captured by their old enemy.
And
Frank.
sorry, just you got Mark
yeah,
Wahlberg and Robert De Niro.
I mean, you listen to it and you tell me.
Okay.
I can't believe you came back, Concha.
Told you I would. What's the problem?
Turns out, Frank's a little upset.
No kidding. Why, Frank? Why?
I do show love a man with a sense of humor. It's a pity that you had to cheat me. That Huari pottery you showed the museum was nothing but a forgery.
So, I told you the first time I walked in here. Half your collection's of fakes.
But then you went and sold the real vase to a private collector, and it seems you neglected to forward me my cut, pendejo. How about I take my cut now?
Whoa! Are you serious? A freaking guillotine? Whoa! Hold on! You wouldn't. Frank!
Oh, you may be a pretty boy, Nate, but I absolutely would. In fact, the only thing stopping me is curiosity. Why would you willingly come back here? It's gotta be something big.
It's just a little research project. Big research project. It's like our way to pay you back. Your cut on the old job would have been $10,000?
$78,506, counting interest.
Might have a little problem with your math.
Better a math problem than a physics problem. Gravity is not your friend. You're lying on the bloody Maria. In her day, she kills more men than cancer.
Fine. 78 grand, no problem.
What is it that is worth so much?
Kill me, and you never find out. Omagua! Ah!
Ooh.
I take it back. Mark Wahlberg would be great.
I agree. I think so too.
I totally misjudged that, but as soon as it started talking, I was like, oh no, this matches Nathan Drake for sure. Like, yeah, he definitely could have done it.
Yeah, that's a guy called Cameron Logston. The voices. He does such a good Mark Wahlberg
does
voice.
a really good job of it.
But
yeah.
sometimes I find that when we do it is you look at a casting. In fact, we have a whole other podcast in our Patreon that is literally just about people that were almost cast in famous roles.
Yeah.
Like Will Smith in The Matrix is a common
Yes,
one.
yeah.
And we take Will Smith and we put him into The Matrix.
Yeah.
And then when you hear it, you go, oh, yeah.
Actually,
I can see that,
yeah,
actually. And
I
I think
agree.
Mark Wahlberg in Uncharted is one of them.
Yeah.
I think people see him as the meathead, Bostonian, confused, whatever.
Yeah.
But hearing him with the Nathan Drake dialogue,
Yeah.
it's pretty good.
Like it actually works pretty well.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. That's
Yeah,
exciting.
What are your thoughts? Do you think that would have... Does that feel more like Uncharted than the movie we got?
It did, I think. Hard to judge a little bit from one little scene, but I think it sort of did Nathan Drake kind of trying to weasel himself out of a kind of an issue where he's screwed somebody over, because I think that's a thing, and I can't actually totally remember the movie now to be honest, but I think part of his character was he's not necessarily a stand-up guy.
No, he's a bit of a shit.
Yeah. He does try to kind of...
He's a thief
eat his
and
cake
a liar.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, I was interested to get your perspective on it. That second part of that episode released last week, so people can listen to the whole thing now.
Yeah.
But we literally do the whole movie. Like, you can listen to the whole movie with a couple of those scene recreations throughout it. But I thought it was a really fun movie, and it really surprised me how well I thought it worked. So anyway... There's a whole season of that coming out. The next episode coming out is my favorite. It's about Justice League Dark, so listen to that one as well. But if you've never heard it before, there's a little clip for you, and maybe
Cancelled movie reports.
Yeah.
Or in Spanish, canjered movie reports.
Yeah, that's
What they do with the double L. Anyway, now it's time for the Ask Me Anything, where listeners of the show, just like you, listener, can write in and ask us anything you want.
We got one here from Zimbo. And Zimbo is actually writing in about something we wrote, talked about a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
Which is CPR.
Yes.
We talked about there was a fact that what's the astronomically high percentage of people who receive CPR are dead within a year.
Yeah, like 13% or something survive after 1 year.
Yes, yeah.
Which,
and we had said that perhaps not being medical experts that we are, is it people are receiving CPR when they shouldn't be? Is just the thing.
Yeah.
Zimbo has written in with a couple of CPR facts he thought would help us, give context to what we were talking about. So, gentlemen, 100% of people who need CPR who do not receive it will not survive. Interesting.
Here's what I'd like to know. In some TV shows, I've seen some guy who knows that he's going to have a heart attack or something ridiculous like that, and he'll like start hitting himself on the chest.
Yeah.
Does that ever work?
Get back to
Is that CPR?
He also says a lot of people receiving CPR are also probably getting low quality CPR because those administering it either untrained at the prompt of 911 or 000. I like that he localized 000.
That's so nice. Because I did not understand the 911 reference.
Or a following, that's our emergency number, by the way, here in Australia. Or a following what they saw on TV, also typically wrong, far too slow and not forceful enough.
Got to do it to Row Your Boat or AC/DC's?
No, Bee Gees. Staying Alive.
Oh, Staying Alive by the Bee Gees, yes.
Many people receiving CPR do not survive to the hospital. If you survive to the hospital, you have successful return of circulation, your 1 year survival goes up. Every day you survive after getting CPR, your odds of surviving to a year goes up. This eventually plateaus and does not continue forever in case you think it's a loophole to immortality.
I wish I had read this email before I gave myself a heart attack. I really thought.
So I appreciate that Zimbo knows us so well.
Yeah.
That he had to be like, settle.
Yeah.
This is not
I would never have to say this to anyone normally, but to you guys.
It says the vast majority of people who need CPR have multiple severe I feel like I'm going to pronounce this wrong. Comorbid conditions? Mm-hmm. Yeah, maybe.
Comorbid?
Oh, it could be comorbid. Conditions wherein, even if they didn't need CPR, their 1 year survival is probably going to be very low. Regardless, keep in mind that statistics include the 90-year-olds, wheelchair-bound, diabetic, double amputee with COPD and dialysis with the coronary disease, likely a large portion of that stat.
Yes.
Also very true, yeah.
Yes.
And something that we didn't take into consideration.
Yeah, I didn't think about that, but that obviously makes a lot of sense.
And it's not just 20-year-old athletes that collapse during a game. Mm-hmm. With the case of people who are otherwise fairly healthy and have a spontaneous cardiac arrest, such as Damir Hamlin, who had a cardiac arrest during an NFL game, survival is a lot higher than average, assuming they receive high-quality CPR.
Yes, interesting.
If someone needs defibrillation, they also need CPR. The algorithm of resuscitation includes CPR immediately after the shock. The automated defibrillators will tell you to resume compressions immediately after they deliver a shock. Mm-hmm. Your heart isn't moving effectively because it's in Your heart isn't moving effectively because it's in fibrillation, essentially tweaking and not pumping. Hence the need to shock to defibrillate and reset the conditions. Even after that, it takes a while for it to get back into an efficient pumping and supply your body with enough blood flow. Regards, your cardiologist correspondent, Zimbo MD. Forgive the typos. This was written rapidly while walking the dog. Well, we forgive your typos if you forgive my mispronunciation of any of those words.
I have a feeling if there was one thing that was maybe not quite right, it was our interpretation of how to say the medical words.
This is a
Comorbid?
This is a tough email to read. It's a lot of like medical jargon.
I think, Zimbo, you'll find that we
pretty much said that.
We pretty much said exactly that. You just weren't listening properly. But also, I like that he said that he's the your cardiologist correspondent. Now, we've always had the rule that we're not keeping track of correspondence. So if
Yeah.
somebody writes in and they claim they're the correspondent for something, then that trumps the last person that said they were. So if anybody wants to write in and claim the cardiologist correspondent, whether you're a cardiologist or not, in this case, it happens to match. But you can take it from Zimbo if you want.
I would say that Zimbo's done very well here to fact check some spurious things we have thought.
Yeah.
I'm just going to bring to people's attention, do not rely on us for any medical, political, scientific, or basic information.
You know what? Even just opinions, which theoretically anyone can do, can
not
give.
us.
Don't trust ours. Yes. I got another one here. It's from Elliot. G'day, you stupid Aussies. I've been writing down some of my random thoughts and will be harassing you for the next few months because fuck it, content is content, eh?
There you go.
It's true. Got 2 MAs because, as you know, fuck you, I'll do what I want.
Yep. Look, I respect that he's coming strong.
Yeah, it's fair enough.
And I'm scared.
I'm scared. AMA 1. Cambo, what is a movie that is so bad it's good or just fun to watch?
We talked about it last week, but Fast X.
All the Fast and Furious movies.
yeah.
They are so bad it's good. Nelson, hi.
Yep.
AMA 2. Have any...
Have either of us?
Have either of you two been... Anyway, have either of you two been arrested? If so, what for? If not, what do you reckon you would get arrested for other than tax fraud or stalking Sarah Michelle Gellar, in brackets Nelson? Yeah, we get it, okay?
Yeah.
I would be the one to stalk her. P.S. Not the Elliot for Colorado. I'm the bloke from rural New Zealand. Kind regards, Elliot.
Neither of us have been arrested. I believe I'm pretty confident saying that. What would we be arrested for? It's definitely one of our scams.
Oh, yeah.
We run a lot of scams.
We do like scamming people. Oh,
Yeah.
do you know I met somebody the other day whose job it is they work for like a security company.
Yeah.
And theirs is specifically, I think he called it like social engineering, which is literally like, I pretend I'm the Nigerian prince from somewhere. But he's doing it for like the good guys, just to try to scam me. And so his thing is, he even does physical activities gets employed for. So where he just tries to get somebody's like pass, go through a building, get information from them. Did one for like an oil plant or something a little while ago. I was like, man, that is such a cool...
Do you seem like a stand-up guy?
Yeah.
We can't use him then.
Yeah.
If he seemed a bit corrupt, maybe we could have made friends with him.
Yeah. No, but those are the best ones to corrupt because nobody else thinks that they're corruptible. So you see,
Yeah.
Cambo?
Oh, yeah. That's
We
good,
need to
that's
kidnap
good,
his family or something.
Yeah. Look, I think this is a boring answer, but if I got arrested, it'd be for something I didn't realize I did. I got a text message the other day. Here's an example. I got a text message the other day from the government.
Yeah.
Said, by the way, your rego's expired.
Yeah.
It's like, what?
Yeah.
Okay, I guess I got to pay that now. It'd be something like that, right? Where they'd be like, oh, actually, you have this mispaid fine from 6 years ago that's got up to this now. Now there's a warrant for your arrest or something.
Yeah. I would potentially get arrested for turning dogs to gold.
That's true until you bribe them with
Then I pay them off with a
you
Shih Tzu.
you think you've seen a golden retriever? Yeah. I'll show you a golden retriever.
Check this out. How about we keep this hush-hush between the two of us? Then he comes over to look at the golden retriever. He's like, oh my God, this is brilliant. And then what happens? Bam, he's turned to gold. I'll never get arrested. I did see, oh my God. Okay, so this is slightly on topic, but slightly off topic. Ellen was watching The Flash TV show. I think it no longer airs, and it's so ridiculous. And in one of the episodes, there is some people who they're not superhumans, but they have guns. One like freezes people, another one like sets them on fire or something.
Sure.
And they have a sister that's introduced, and she's getting some science whiz to create her a gun. She's like, I think something that matches my style. And then you see her use it in the next scene. And she shoots somebody and they turn to gold. And you're like, wow. That's a gun that turns people to gold. Do you know what their crime was, Cambo? Robbing people. Yeah. It's like, you've got a gun that turns shit to gold.
I haven't seen much of the Flash.
Yeah.
But he generally stops people that are just robbing people.
Yeah.
You're right. Shoot your table.
Shoot your table.
Then sell your table.
You don't even need to live live a life of crime when you've got a gold gun.
Yeah. Find a block of anything
Yeah.
and shoot it. Like a block of cheese. That's a gold nugget.
That's so ridiculous.
Wow.
Anyway.
Is that show not good?
It's not good. Anyway, that's it. Thank you for writing in, Elliot and Zimbo. If you'd like to write into us, you can do so. readitpodcast, readitpodcast at gmail.com. You sort of can reach us at Facebook. You can't reach us at Twitter. But you can reach us at our subreddit.
Correct.
They're all READIT Podcast.
Where's the best place to reach us?
And our Discord.
Oh.
We're there sometimes.
Yeah, where would you
sometimes
find?
I don't.
Yeah,
I just don't
look,
look at.
enjoy the other people though. But
Yeah,
we pop in from
There's
time to time.
other people there that would do our jobs for us, which will welcome you with open arms.
That
and
is
stuff.
actually kind of nice.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
We
good.
deputize anyone on our Discord to welcome other people into our Discord on our behalf.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's true. But that's it.
Yeah, rate and review the show.
Oh,
etc.
yeah, all that stuff. Thanks for listening, and we will read you later.